Hey everybody, how are you doing? Good to see you all. Thank you for coming on early. We had a little change in plans. This weekend has been nuts. And honestly, my daughter up in Connecticut with the 4 kids that were going to their house to watch the kids, their house flooded. They had one of the toilets explode in the middle of the night and they didn't catch it for like 4 hours. So their house is basically the house that they moved into a month ago is all wet, like every room. So our friends are coming. They're also my daughter's in-laws, my son-in-law's parents are coming to the house tonight for dinner on their way back from the house. Yeah, it has been crazy. We've been on the phone with them. So now, we're supposed to go and babysit for a week, but we don't know if they're going to be there, if they're going to be moved out of their house because it's such a mess. If there be workers there, and we do need to go. Anyway, this will be interesting. So good to see you guys. Everybody's okay. And actually, I was really proud of my daughter because they realized that they're going to have to they had planned on doing a lot of renovations and they had a couple rooms that were just totally unfinished. So now they will, get them done, better than they were. She had this tile she hated and it got in there and then it turns out it got wet. So she's going to do that, get that repaired. So anyway, yes, that is a very good comment. Yes, and I think my daughter would agree. Katerina, I don't know if that's how you say your name, but I hope it's close. Hello, Cheryl. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. How is everybody? Oh, yes, Charlotta. I'm so happy to see you. I hope you had a nice night the other night. Anyway, we have a lot to do today. I have this giant box of stuff to open up and show you. And I thought while we're at it, we'll make a project too. And I'm going to use the folio journal, which we haven't used in a while. And then I also got some, I thought we would use these. This is the heart mandala and the skinny mini elements die to use as a stencil. So I cut some of them out of my texture roll, which I really love using. And you'll see why when we do it, because it is so flexible. Oh, I didn't finish picking all these things out. Maybe I should do that while we're sitting here talking. But what happens is it just stays flexible. You don't have to worry about it because it's not going to like degrade or break down or anything. And it just really is a perfect stencil. It's a little thick. If you like the real thin, I'm happy to see you. Oh, I'm glad you had a good evening with family. That's good, Charlotta. Those times you always have to do. In fact, that's why we're going early tonight. And thanks for coming on. And, sorry if you're watching on replay. I just had to change at the last minute because, guys, I got to cook tonight. The plan is grilling, but still, I have to I can't even think of the last time I set a nice table, so I had to move all this junk this morning from the dining room table. It's a mess. Hi, Lenine, at work watching. I love how Lenine gets by because she works at a scrapbooking store and, she's gaining so much knowledge, right? We know she's just hanging out with her friends, but we're not going to tell. Hi, Sheila from Centerville, Tennessee. Hey, I'm headed out, not to Tennessee, but I'm coming out to Ohio on August 5th, and I'm going to, sorry, I'm poking these little holes out while I'm sitting here. I'm going to be at Marco's Paper on Friday morning from 10 to 2, I think it is. And then I'm going to be heading down to Cincinnati and I'm going to go to Stampaway. So if anybody's going to that, come and see me and say hi, all right? Yes, the earlier the better. All right, that's right. And I thought all the UK people would be happy that we came early. So Anyway, sorry if this disturbed the schedule. I know you guys like to chat, and I love that. So thank you for everybody that's here. All right. Hi, Flora from Texas. Flora, we've loved seeing what you're making over in the fan club. And if you're not a member of the fan club, come and join us. It's Eileen Hall Fan Club on Facebook. That's our group. We are almost up to 8,000 people in that group. I can't believe it. So come on over and join. Just remember to answer the questions, because we do ask that you do that, because I don't know if this is happening to anybody else, but I am getting the weirdest stuff from Facebook. And I keep saying, no, I don't want it. Hide that. Don't send me any more of that stuff. And it's like, I'm sorry, I don't need to see a lady popping out of her dress. I do that myself. I could look in the mirror. So anyway, I don't know what's happening. But anyway, I'm just glad you guys are all here. Yes, I know, it's really, really coming along. Well, it's a great group, so I'm not surprised. But, you know, when Pam and Mitziana said, oh, we're going to get to 10,000 people, I was like, that is never going to happen. So I don't know. It might happen. If it does, we need to have a big party and prizes and all kinds of stuff. Okay, I think I have it. You know, you think it, and then you look through and you missed more. Anyway, the reason I'm so excited about today, and I was like, I have to do today, because this box of stuff has been sitting, waiting to dig into. So, you know, we need to open it. So let me just show you what we're going to use today. And one other thing I wanted to say, I got in a new shipment of the Easy Cut adhesive, the foam adhesive, the 1/2 inch, and the 1/4 inch tape. So if anybody needs any, that's what I use to adhere my projects together, because the scoreboards are so kind of heavy duty. So this is the folio journal. This came out maybe 2.5 years ago. I can't really remember, but it's really nice. It's kind of like the card case, but it's bigger. It's 5x5, but it has little pockets that you can put in there. And I just thought I didn't want it to feel neglected. So we're going to use that today. So the other thing is mat board, but I didn't bring that in here. So you'll see in a minute. The other thing I wanted to show you just quick. I had dinner with my friend Amy last night, and I forgot that I went to a antique store one time, and there was this, can you see where it says free? I found it in a pile. Look at this. So we might put something on, we might use this on our cover of our book. So let me tell you about the wax effects. When I went to H&H, you know, that was that trade show I went to about a month and a half ago in Chicago. I talked to Tom from Deco Art, and I had been looking for this wax effects. It had been around, I thought, for a while, but it turns out it just came out. So I was telling him I had gotten a little, 1 jar down, or I actually got 3 down at my local scrapbook store. They ordered it. And I played with it, and it's like, this stuff is cool. So when I was talking to Tom, he said, do you want me to send you a set? And I, of course, said yes, so we can play with it. So that's what I want to open up. And I think maybe I will put the camera down, or maybe, I don't know. I guess I can do it here. All right, so it's a big box. So first of all, it was all wrapped up in this nice paper, which I thought, I could use that for pages for my journal. So I folded them and put them aside. All right. So let's just open a box and see what is in here. All right, Leslie, get my blade out. You're going to love that. All right. There's like a couple little boxes in here. And there was one that was kind of just by itself. And then, but so what the wax effects are, you know, encaustic art that's like actual wax is a really cool look, and I love it, but it's kind of messy. It's hard to work with. It's kind of hard to find those supplies. So their goal was to make it available. And look at the first one that came out. This is such a pretty color. This is one of the ones I got myself. This one is called Cobalt Turquoise Blue. So you can see that's the color. I'll lay them on my desk. Look at that one. Ooh, That's called phthalo green blue. All right, so I'm just going to hold them up and you can see. Ooh, that's a nice purple too. See, I'm starting to like purple. Dioxazine purple and phthalo green yellow. Okay, so these two are different. So so let me tell you what I do know about them. You can mix the colors together, so you don't just have to use that out of the jar. You can mix them together. You can use them to do texture. Hey, Darlene Henry. Hi, Barbara. Yes, wait until you see. So this is Payne's Gray. You know what? These are all like the same colors as my watercolors. I recognize them. Now, this is another thing that came in the box, and I think it's like a scraper. So we'll open that up and give that a try, because you can make some really cool patterns. What I want to do today is use it to cover one of my journals, because what my thought was initially was to seal the cover on, because if you have a journal and you're really working in it, if you get it wet, you don't want it to smear anything or run. Oh, hey, Laura. Facebook keeps logging me out. Ooh, look at that. Cadmium orange hue. And this one is sap green. That's very pretty. All right, that's the green that I will probably be using for like leaves and things. Okay, I got this one too. This is aged beeswax. So you can use them, either the colored ones, or there are some that are, this is dairy lied yellow. Is that right? Yeah, that's a pretty yellow. All right, I'm gonna lay them all on my desk, and then I'll show you when we turn the camera down. It's a lot. He sent me the whole line. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Deco Art. I'm excited. So what I was thinking was it seals and it gives this nice like coating to it, which you're not going to be able to feel it. How are they different from luster wax? Lisa, they're not shiny, for one thing. They're not metallic. They're a little more, you'll see when we dip in the jar, they're more loose. They're creamier. They're not as stiff as the luster wax. Okay, this is neutral. This is ultramarine blue. Look at that one. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's pretty too. Cobalt blue and raw umber. So you can tell that they have artists working with them, because these are all like, artist colors. So you recognize, like with the watercolors. I think that's a good idea to kind of merge all the mediums and have common colors that oh, I want a raw umber for this or whatever. Okay, this is translucent white. That could be really cool. And soft black. They're piling up, guys. Ooh, this one is Hansa yellow light. Now that's like a neon almost. Phthalo blue. That's really pretty. Isn't that like a hydrangea? I can just see. All right, my pile is getting pile of boxes. This is so exciting to open these up at one time. I'm so glad you guys got to be with me to see them. They're common watercolor pigment colors. Yes, that's right. You can sing a rainbow. Oh, look at this one. Quinacridone red. Red. That's amazing. Burnt sienna. I never use that one. This is pretty. Cadmium red. See, but when you spread it on, they spread out. Ooh, another purple. Quinacridone violet. Okay, that's the last one. All right, wait until I turn the camera down and you see all of these colors. Are you ready? All right, hang on. Let's see. Okay. Wow. That is amazing. All right, this is always, I'm trying to get an overhead thing that will, wait a minute, guys. All my cords, I need like a professional person to help me here, but this is amazing. Look at all of these. Which ones do you like? What's your favorite? The purple? That is kind of pretty. That I really like. It's like a periwinkle. I mean, that's what I would call it. They're saying ultramarine. Anyway, okay, so let's kind of move these around here. I think I'm going to have to part the waters here so I can cut my book. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to get my mat board ready. Now, I have tried this on white, and I also tried it with text behind it, and that's what I decided I want to do. It's really pretty either way, and we can do that too. But I'm just going to take my Easy Cut adhesive and I just want to cover it with some text paper. And wow, that was way off. And I want to just, might as well make a journal while we're at it. So, and I finally got smart and put my little corners up before we went live here. All right, so, wow. That is disaster. What is the matter with me? All right, so let's cut our book. So what I decided, now if you guys haven't seen the folio journal, this is what it looks like. It's got the built-in binding here, and then this long piece folds over, and then this piece here is like the little bottom of the pocket, okay? So, and then this is like a little loop that you can add charms to the binding. So I think what I'm going to do is get my mat board ready first, and then I'm going to cut. So I brought some papers, and I think I'm going to do one with a pocket and one not. I'm going to do a short cover, and then the back is going to have like a pocket, or it's going to flip out so we can add things to it, because I was thinking a watercolor or a waterfall would be pretty in there. So, and then I want to do some wax effects on the cover, and wait until you see what it looks like when you put it over text. Really pretty. And even if you don't, it's just a nice smooth finish. All right, so I've got some papers here, and then I want to use this for a stencil. And the other piece that I had, I want to use that I want to put the wax effects through that on top too. Okay, so that's my plan. So let's just add some pages here. And let's just, I'm just going to tear these. I don't know why. I don't even need to. We could cover them up, but I haven't decoupaged in a while, but I'm getting the urge. All right. So there's one, and I'm just doing this because it's faster than, painting on the decoupage medium to get this on here. Plus, I know it's sticking on a really nice, strong base, and I like that. Frosting, fulfilling is the same thing. They're right. And I also brought a tea-dye paper, but I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the text. Festival of Lights. Well, I might just do that. Wow. Might not have a choice. Oh, look at that. It just went nicely. Okay. So we have one front covered, and I'm just going to tear this down. So how are you guys doing? Did you have a good weekend? I just couldn't believe when my daughter called. She was like, have you been on Facebook? I said, no. On the weekends, I try not to go crazy with Facebook because I'm on it all the time, during the week. But she had posted a picture. There was water coming in on her dining room table. It's like, uh-oh. So, Plus, now I don't know if they're going to go on vacation. Well, it's not vacation. Her husband, Jason, has like he's going to this hacker conference. He's in the Coast Guard, but he teaches cyber terrorism, or cybersecurity. So he has to go see what the hackers are doing. So anyway, he's doing some kind of program. So he has to go. And she was going just to kind of have a little break, but I don't know if she will now. But because we'll see what happens. All right. Can you guys see all right? I made a video the other night and it was like I was just on the edge here, so and it's doing that wacky thing again. The light. All right, I'm just sorry this is taking a while, but I just want to get this prepared. But I had to go out to the store and get chicken and salad for tonight. They know how I cook, which is not too much and not too well. So fritter. I'm not really, going crazy with this. Dull, that's a good one. Never a dull moment. Oh, yes, I lifted it off. You don't always know if you can. But anyway, that's life. Still pretty good. All right, I don't think I need a whole big one here, so I'm just gonna, because this is gonna be my one that will just be the half, the half size. So, okay. Now I might just want to check and make sure there's nothing sticking out, because the other thing I could do is just take some powder, which I don't have on hand, but you can just do that and kind of stop it from sticking, This is all going to get chopped off anyway, so it's like not worrying that it's crooked or anything, because it's not going to be the thing that's on the edge of the die. So, all right, let's run this through with our die. Just right over here. So this weekend I want my friend to see your high school. Wow. Oh, that's neat. Oh, you got to sit in your old classroom. That's crazy. That's really neat, Diane. Hi, Helen. How are you? Hey, Brenda. Sorry it's the wrong time. Oh, well. Very relaxing weekend. You're hot in Texas. Well, that is a good excuse, Flora, to just, not have to stress out and just do some crafting. All right, so let's do our short one first. That will be right here. Now, it's not going to matter, what goes where, because, well, actually, we want this to be the front, but there's kind of not really a front to it, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm just taking my mat board. So I know that I want my binding here and I want my front cover. I'm not going to use this piece on the front. Okay, so I'm just going to lay this a little bit past and cut this one. And then the inside is going to be white, so we can, try some wax effects on the inside. The only thing is it does take a little time to dry, depending on how thick of a coat you give it. And I found it dried last time when I didn't go crazy with it, really a lot. It dried in probably an hour. All right, I can use that for something else. And this I'm going to trim off in a minute. Okay, and this one I'm going to, I don't know if I want to do this little pocket. I think I just want that to be a flip out, so I'm just going to cover it to here. I do want this little piece that's going to be the back flap. So this is the front, so I'm going to put my paper, that's Festival of Lights, covering right there. Okay, it's that easy when you write on your die. You don't have to worry. How's that going to line up? So, hi Sheila. Oh, sorry you can't stay. I know this is a weird time, but you're probably tired anyway. I cannot go on video. It keeps stopping. Oh, Brenda, are you still at the campsite? Well, all right. So here is our other cover. All right. So 1, 2. I'm going to trim this one off. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, that came out good. All right, let me move this stuff out of the way. Put my box of, and I'm going to get that out of the way so I have some room to work. And here we go. All right, let me trim off, first of all, this extra little piece because I only want it to go, you know, this is the little flappy part, but I know that I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to get my, I hope that one's, I'm just going to lay that in the ditch. I could get a ruler, but I can see it pretty well. So I'm just going to chop that. So we have a cover. All right. So, and then we can decide, all right, do we want to do this full spine here, or we want to do 1 section, 2 sections, 3 sections? I'm not really sure what I want to do with this, but you know, I've been thinking a long time ago, I made a technique journal. So it was, you know, if I would try something like, say, these wax effects, you know, I would put them in a book and then write down notes like, you know, how long it takes to dry or something like that. So I might do something like that with this. So I think I will, in that case, do the 3 spines just in case. I can always put paper in there or other things. So I'm going to fold that over. That's going to be my back. All right, so that's my back flap. And then here is my front, which is going upside down. But it's not going to matter because we are going to go over that a lot. Yeah, it's like all upside down. Oh, well. How did that happen? Oh, we could always flip it around. Frosting on the front. Well, maybe we'll do that. All right. Well, I don't know how I did that, but that's what we're going to do. So this will be our front flap. And I think I will glue that together first so that we can work on it as a whole piece, you know. And I'm going to avoid putting adhesive on my holes there because I'm probably going to put some elastic in there to hold things in. If it's an art journal, I'm going to want to take pages in and out, you know, add and subtract. So I think 2 strong pieces of this should be fine. And that's good for now. So let's put our book together. And then time for the wax. All right. Have any of you guys tried this? Have you seen it in stores? I think you're going to like it. There's the clear and the white too. So if you had something that was like too much, you could kind of knock it down and seal it at the same time. All right, I'm going to put it like this and lay that and match up the holes, which I didn't punch out. Oh, shoot. Please, please come off. I tell you what, this stuff is too strong sometimes. All right, maybe I better keep this flat and do it. All right, let's try that again. There we go. Okay. All right. So, all right, that's cute. Still can't figure out what I did wrong, but that's all right. That's kind of nice because it holds the pages in, you know. All right, so let's put this flat and let's start. What color should we use? What do you think? Maybe pink and maybe a nice yellow. Maybe this. What do you guys think? Put in your thoughts. Oh, Brenda, sorry. It took you to YouTube. That's weird. Huh. And you can see the comments, but the video won't play. What is happening? You know, this was so weird for me today, too. I tried to get my images, you know, on Canva is what I use, and I could not get the image to come out. Hi, Ellie, everyone. I don't know. I kind of like these. They remind me of the watercolors I've been doing lately, and I always do. Blue, always blue. All right, is that a nice blue? Or is this, do you consider that blue, Gina? All right. Keeping your red liner tape on that ring. I know, because I can never find it. All right, what do you guys think? Let me see what else. Gina says blue. Anybody else? First blue, this one? Okay, that's blue. I think 4 is good. Okay, so let's get a little mat down here. This is just my messy. This is like a cutting mat that I like it because it's sturdy. All right, so let's open these up. So now you can see what they look like. Let's get them all ready. Oh, wait a minute. First blue, purple, teal, pretty colors, green and pink. All right. Well, we can always do another one another day. Okay. So let's put the little lid. Look at this. Doesn't it look like candy or I don't know? Green and blue. Yes, green and blue. These two are beautiful. And look at that pretty yellow. And oh, yeah, Barbie. Did anybody see Barbie? Okay. So let's take. Oh, the other thing that I thought might be fun to use as a stencil, I was cutting the other night some of the new dies, this one here, you know, the envelope, folder, and flowers. And I was just cutting out these pieces out of watercolor paper, and after it was like, these are pretty, you know? So I have a bunch of them, and I thought, I was going to throw them out, so why not use them for a stencil, you know, just to get some shapes on there and kind of color. So we can use that too. But I think on the cover of my journal, I want to do this for a background. Let me just make sure I have all these little pieces out. Man, they keep reproducing. I think they're out and they're not. Or they're underneath or something. All right, any more? All right, let's see. Yep, that looks good. All right, so won't that be pretty? All right, so what color? You know, maybe we'll do like a mixture. Now there's this, which this is what came with the box of stuff. This beautiful creamy wax effects paint. This is one that I found somewhere that I had. This is like another kind of scraper thing. Pudding, yes, that's what it looks like. So these are texture cards. So yeah, so let's try these two. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is kind of scoop it onto my little texture things and scrape it along. That's nice. There's all different sizes. Oh, there's one on either end. That's cool. That's a big one. I think I'm going to need something actually flat just to get the coat down, and then I can go over it. I'm not sure how much I can do because it's gonna take a little while to dry, I think, so we might have to do just sections at a time. All right, so there is the cover, which I don't care. I want to have it flat. I'm just going to maybe go this way with it. And then I found another little thing, and well, here's another one. Ugh. Okay. So this one I doubled, like I cut one panel and then I matched it up and cut another one. And there's another little devil. All right, I'm just going to do the whole thing here. So I think what I want to do is just kind of dab some on, and then I'm going to like do kind of an ombre kind of thing. So let's see. I think all of these would be in nice order, don't you guys think? Yeah, maybe I should take this down is what I'm thinking. So let me get my little tape here. That way I don't have to worry. I only have two hands, you know. All right. So even if it blobs a little, that's all right. I'm not going to worry about it. But look at how nice and creamy. I didn't even mix that up. Look at that. Oh, you just want to like eat it. It's kind of like a texture paste, but it has a different consistency. And you don't even have to cover the whole thing. I think I want something a little more rigid like this. All right, well, I think I'll scrape it on with this one. And just clean it for a minute and get some laid down. And then we can blend. That is pretty. And if it doesn't cover all the way, I'm still good with that too. You know, I'm pretty much just playing, but I think this is going to be good. It is fun. Old bank cards. Yes, I do have some of them, but this is wider, so I think I'll. And then I think I'm going to get this on first, and then I will. I don't know what that was. Oops. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, yeah. So on Thursday, you know, we've been kind of teasing you. Well, the secret will be revealed. So I think you might be surprised. All right, now did you see what happened? I contaminated it, so I'm going to dab that on here. And I must have not wiped it off too well. I wonder if they mix like the blue and yellow and make green. I hope that's what's going to happen, Laura. Yes, that would be good. I'm not sure. It says you can mix the colors, but I took that to mean if you like, you know, got two things and kind of smushed them together. I don't know what's going to happen here, but let's hope. All right, so I have a pretty good coat on here. So let's see what happens if I just, ooh, yeah. All right, I feel like I should maybe put that on some paper or something, don't you think? Wait a minute. All right, let me move this down so I can have a flat. Yes, 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 look at that. Look at that. That is cool. When that dries, that's going to be hard, like harder. It doesn't dry, you know, it'll move. Yes, I did get it on my table, of course, but that's all right. Okay. All in the name of experimenting. You know what? I think what I'm going to do, when I finish this, I'm going to go on the inside. I'm going to smush this around in there. Now, maybe I'll do this side here, like this. So maybe I need a little bit more of the, well, just a little. I might just put some blue up here because I have it on my thing. Yeah. try to do it good the first time and then experiment. All right, so yeah, we're missing a little bit here. So you know what? I'm just gonna, ooh, that's cool. Look at that. Oh yes, this is gonna be amazing. I kind of like the colors swirling together and mixing. All right, now for the scary part, I'm gonna lift it up. Hi, Dorothy. Yes, you know what? It's a different time for me. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. That is pretty thick. Look at that. Oh yeah. Brenda, this is Wax Effects. It's by Deco Art, and they sent me a nice pack of all the colors. So we're playing with them and kind of seeing how it behaves on the mat board. But can you imagine when that dries? That is going to be amazing. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, I think, well, it's a team effort getting the colors. I also suspect we need to wipe this off with water. So I'm going to lay this down for a minute, and I'm going to wipe my hands off and give this a little spritz, because I think if that dries on there, it's pretty thick. So I'm just going to wipe that down. And you probably could put this in water and it would be fine, but I don't know. So I'm just going to give it a swipe here. It's pretty detailed and I don't want to pull anything up. So we're still good though. I mean, you could never do that with a piece of paper, but look at how nice that came out. Okay, so let's see what we want to do next. Let's just clean this off so we don't get it on the inside of the book or whatever. Okay, so let's try. Should we try one of these? Let's do that. All right, now we have to remember not to damage this or put anything on it because it will take a little bit to dry. Yeah, there is a lot in the containers, yeah. Read one of the unopened, it will tell you how to clean. Oh, Karen, she is so sensible. Directions, stir gently, can be scraped or carved into while wet. Do not force dry. Cures in 12 to 24 hours, depending on application. Intermixable. Yep, that's all. Creates translucent and luminous effects of traditional melted beeswax in caustic painting. Ready to use straight out of the jar, these thick-bodied translucent colors dry to a burnished wax finish for gorgeous results. Ooh, can you imagine when that dries? Look at it glistening. Wonder what the life of the wax is when handled. I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh, one of our little pieces went rogue. All right, so this is our binding here. So maybe I will do this on the back. Or I think I'm going to do that on the inside. This can be the back cover. I think I got them all. I'm going to go this way. And let's see. This time, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to wipe this off, even though that kind of kills me. But I have, you know what? I have this piece. So I'm going to put that wax on there, and then I'm going to start with a clean swipe. You'll see. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That is beautiful, and that's what I was hoping it would do. I wanted to try the stenciling, but really what I see, the way I see using this, you know how some people tea dye everything? Well, I'm thinking, or coffee dye or whatever, that's still cool. But what about color? Swiping on a page, you know? All right. Who makes this? This is from DecoArt. So you just go on decoart.com and they will have all the colors. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21 colors that I can see. I might have missed one. But look at that. I mean, I could do every page. And how hard is that? You put it on a thing and just swipe it. Oh, yeah. Yes, with Bible journaling, Gina, that it would. Now, I just want to say, this is bubbling a little because that's kind of wet. You know, I put a lot on there and it is kind of coming through the other side, but I'm not sure how that's going to dry. So we'll have to wait and see. But this here is almost dry. Like I can put my finger on it, nothing's coming off, but see, here is a little wetter. I don't want to put my finger in there. They do smell a little, Teresita, but not bad. I mean, they smell like, I don't know what to compare it to, but just kind of like a crayon, maybe, something like that. I don't know. All right. For this one, I think what I'll do is I'm going to lay some on here and then swipe it and see how that works. I don't think I need 2 of these. All right, and I might mix up the colors a little bit. Oh, you know what? That's my, I had luster wax on here and it's coming off. You can never have enough towels and things. Yeah, I should have cleaned this before because that is coming off in the wax. So just beware. Keep a nice clean spatula. Do as I say, not as I do. All right, so let's put some of that there. Spread it out a little. Do a little green. I think I put the green down here. And maybe blue down here. That seems like a lot, and it may be. But let's see what happens. I wish I could stick that on somehow, but maybe the pressure of me rolling it down will. So I'm thinking I'm going to kind of, now I'm nervous. Look to see how much, 729. Yes, that was very nice of DecoArt to send me all of them. All right, guys. Oh, I'm nervous. Here we go. Look at that. Oh, wow. I'm afraid to even mess that up because I think it's so... Look at that. It mixed by itself. This is amazing. I even like how it's kind of smushing out, you know? Now that's a little tricky because it's going... And it's starting to get muddy, so I don't want to do that. But what I might do is just that little edge there. Yeah. Oh, now I kind of have to go like this. Yeah, see, I don't like that green, so I can just scrape that up. That is cool. All right, it did get a little muddy. I should have probably not done that, but it's, you know, we're experimenting. I still love this one, which has like a little thing in it. All right, let me get some more paper and smush that on there. But I think we've kind of used up the, but that's not bad. Ooh, you know, you get little patches of stuff. I mean, you clean your thing on paper. Look at that. That's really pretty right there. Yeah. Yes, yes, Lisa, you will like it. Hi, Chris. Yeah, this is good stuff. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm almost liking the scraping part better than the actual stenciling, but it's hard to say. All right, I wish this would dry, but it might be that we just have to take a piece of mat board and try it on white. So let me find a piece. Because I can always make it later. All right, here's one. All right, here's plain old mat board. And, you know, You know how you see those videos where they put like lines of paint and then they go, tsh? We kind of just did that. And I'm afraid to take that off, but I think it's going to be really cool. Oh, that's neat. Look at that. I'm going to go over around and when this dries and do like the little kind of smushy stuff. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that, Lisa. Did you see that? And even, you know, oh, I know what I'm going to do. Wait a minute. That one hardly looks like it has any wax in it, but I am actually going to take my little scraper thing and I'm just going to do some fun little scratchy stuff here on this side because I've got my underneath, you know, it's already pretty. So let's start with, you can't go wrong. Now, I would say don't contaminate your paint, which I already did, but it's mixable. You can always pick it out, but I'm just going to kind of do like little brush strokes. Look at that. Oh, this is fun. It's like finger painting, kind of. All right. If I have leftover, I'm just going to splotch it on there. All right, let's do yellow. And then the other thing, which we didn't even get into, is the aged. And that I did the other day. I did it over some of this. I can't find my samples, but we'll be using this again. But look at that. It's almost like a marbling. Oh, this is so cool. And the aged, it just dulls down color and makes it look vintagey, you know? All right, that's too much yellow there. All right, I'm just going to put that there and clean my spatula. You missed cutting the stencils. Did you cut foil? No, Lenine, what I used was, and I love this stuff, this is the texture rolls from Sizzix, and that's what I use to cut my stencils. I like to use that because this is what it looks like. This is a good deal, guys, if you get the 12-inch wide. It's almost, you can get it in the 6-inch, which is really kind of a little easier to handle, but I like this because it's a better value and you can just cut it down. So it's a shiny on one side and then it has craft on the other side. And it's great for like latches, hinges, things, spines, things like that. Okay. All right, let's do a little more. Let's do some pink. And you know what would be neat too is to use their little spatula thing now. It does seem to be drying pretty quickly on here because we're just doing really light. So let's try one of these and see what happens. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put green on and then I'm going to kind of scrape through. All right, it's 5 of 5, so I got to go in a minute because I got to make dinner. You're coming at 5:30. So guys, make sure you come on Thursday, okay? You are not going to want to miss this. I will tell you right now. If you miss it, you'll be mad. Okay? You think this is good, and it is. Just wait. It's what we've been talking about for all this time. All right, let me now take this little scraper thing and see if it's wet enough to make a pattern. Ooh, look at that. It makes like a stripe. I think if it was a little thicker, it's still cool. Look at that. Look at these. Ooh, let's see what happens with that. Wait a minute. Ah! All right, I got to move this and let it dry. And, all right, so this is what time? This is 5 o'clock. Let's see when it dries. I will keep checking it. And I'll let you know how long that takes to dry. All right. In the meantime, disinfectant, dispense, diseased. Yeah, let's go on this side. All right, let's see what happens. Ooh, that's cool. It's kind of smushed up, you know. Let's try it again with some. Let's just do a plain color. I think the green would show up. So we're just playing, guys, but yeah, thanks to Deco Art for sending me all of these wax effects. So it depends on how much you lay it down, but then you can go over it and make designs. You can flatten it out and then scrape through. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's kind of like, I want to say a jelly plate, but it's not really, because you're doing it directly on, you know, that kind of transfers ink and things. And this is like you're directly putting it on there and controlling it. I think that is just beautiful. It's like a watercolor, but it doesn't really have that much water. So it's kind of, I think it's going to harden the paper, actually. I don't know, but yes, it is a cool mixed media tool. I know. Thank you, Deco Art. Yeah, I am going to distress just tons of pages and I'm going to use them in my journals. And that's all I have to do. Like I could go through one night and I could do whatever colors I wanted and mix them, you know, and just leave them to dry. And then when I go to make a book, I can cut them to size and there you go. So that is the wax effects, guys. What do you think about that? Yes, I want to see how it dries too, Chris, because the last time, I'm going to say it was like an hour. I didn't do it really thick. I did a different effect. What I had done was I took a piece of mat board and I ran a Thinlit over it. And then I just took this little scraper thing and scraped paint in all of the depressions. And so it was thick inside the depressions, but on the top it was just kind of scraped off. So a different kind of thing, but we'll see how it goes. But I think these colors are beautiful. They might be my favorite ones until I try out more. So anyway, guys, thank you for coming and watching. I hope my thing was able to be seen while I was doing it. Yeah, there are a lot of colors. And, you know, and then when you add in mixing them into additional colors, oh, wait, now, you know, I got these here. I can scrape them in. And you know what I like? That you can make whatever, if you want it dark, you just let it thick. If you want it lighter, you can blend it. Like, I almost like that better. You know what I mean? But for contrast, there's more green. We already have that, but and let's do some yellow to lighten things up. Yeah, I should have done the yellow first, probably. Anyway, you know, it's just something different. And I think what I'm going to do is punch a hole in these and put them on a ring so I don't lose them because they are translucent and I'll lose them on my desk. So anyway, guys, let me just tell you what else is coming up. We have lots going on. Like I said, you want to be here on Thursday on October 24th, 5th, and 6th. I will be in Alabama at May's. We're doing a retreat down there, the Craft Acropolis, Christmas Craft Acropolis. So that's going to be fun. And then from there, I am flying somewhere, and I'm not going to tell you right now. You're going to find out on Thursday after my live. I have another live, but I'm going to tell you about it on Thursday. But you Canadians might be interested to hear. So I might want to tune in for that one again. Okay. And then I told you I'll be out at Stamp Away and Marco's Paper August 4th and 5th. And don't forget to enter the Cherry on Top Challenge. That is over on their gallery. And what else? I think I think that might be it, guys. But there is lots going on. I tell you that much. I'm not sleeping too much these days. I don't know if I like that combination. It's a little muddy. But still, for a journal page, who cares? You cover it with stuff. All right, let's look one more time at our journal cover that we made in about 5 minutes. All right, look at that. Now, I'm also interested to see if that's going to dry shiny. I don't think it does, but I think that came out really cool. And I think I'm going to take some of these and do these corners too after it dries, just to kind of even it out, and maybe take it up here too. So that's what we did. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a good night, and wish me luck in cleaning my house in like half an hour and making dinner. All right, guys. We'll see you soon. See you on Thursday. Don't forget. All right. See ya.